And what is wrong with the industry today?
There's probably several things wrong with the industry. Part I think of the problem is that there's just such an influx of new so-called tattoo artists popping in the business and opening up shops on every corner. These are people that have really no artistic talent, and they don't have the proper training in how to apply a proper tattoo, as well as proper sterilization, cross-contamination issues, all that sort of stuff. So there's still a lot that needs to be done in the industry to either educate these people properly, or hope that they starve to death tattooing and have to go work at Walmart or something.
Yeah, yeah.
That's probably the biggest negative. The tattoo TV shows, there's a lot of plus and negative from the popularity of all of those. It has helped to overall increase the popularity of tattoos. I mean, the tattoo industry's had a big boom in the last few years since the popularity of that. But at the same time, the public has been misled in a lot of ways, not necessarily deliberately by the TV shows, but there's people that watch these shows and they see somebody walk in the door of a tattoo shop and, oh, I want to get a whole sleeve done, and the artist says, oh, go next door, have some coffee, come back in 15 minutes, I'll have it all drawn up for you, and by the end of the episode they've got this full sleeve done, and it's not at all like that. It's a kind of thing that takes a good consultation with the client, and in most good artists cases, they're booked for weeks or months in advance. So I mean, it's not usually the thing you could walk in and get done on the spot, and people don't realize that a full sleeve can take 20 to 100 hours to complete, and they think that they're going to get it done in an afternoon for a few $100s. And we've had lots of people come in thinking that same thing, and their eyes are as big as saucers when you explain how it really happens. But it's a lot of misleading information because of those shows.
Well, as certainly one of the better known established tattoo artists as yourself, are you saying some of those things are negatives because of the hassle value, or are you saying it because you're kind of being a little altruistic and trying to protect the general public from getting bamboozled by having bad work, or being contaminated? Are you looking out for the public a little here, or are you looking out for, you don't want to be hassled with those people?
Oh no, I mean, it's a little bit of everything. I mean, it's kind of aggravating sometimes when you have to explain the same thing to a few different people in the same afternoon. They come in looking for that type of stuff, but there's what in the industry we term as scratchers, which are uneducated so-called tattoo artists, tattooists, I guess. Some people kind of differentiate between tattooists who are kind of people that just take the flash off the wall and replicate what they see there, and tattoo artists who draw original designs and work with the layout of the body and make it fit and flow. I mean, there's a big difference. Not to say that there's no call for just a typical off the wall flash kind of a tattoo. I mean, there's a lot of people that want that kind of stuff and perfectly happy with it, but they need to have enough sense to shop around and look at portfolios and learn what good art really is. A lot of people, they think a storefront tattoo shop, because they own a business, they must be good and must know what they're doing. Just like people, they'll go to McDonald's and they know that if they go to a McDonald's in Portland, Oregon, and Chicago, Illinois, Los Angeles, Hong Kong, a Big Mac's going to taste like a Big Mac for the most part, and they just assume that that's how all tattoo shops are, and that everybody tattoos like Kat Von D, and that's just not the case. But they really need to kind of educate themselves a little bit, or hopefully go to a decent tattoo shop that will educate them, and not just try to grab everybody that comes in the door and throw whatever kind of crappy tattoo on them that they can get.
How do they educate themselves?
You know, looking around at other people's tattoos, realizing, you know, the difference between, you know, good straight clean line work and solid color and some squiggly, you know, scratchy, you know, stuff with color falling out of it and everything. A lot of people, when they look at an image, all they see is just that simple generic image, and you know, oh, it's a sun with a smiley face in it, and it's got pretty colors in it, and that's all they see. They don't take the time to look at it and, you know, see, you know, whether or not the line work is, you know, clean and crisp, and whether or not the color is, you know, all put in nice and clean and
Well,
solid.
how would they know that? How would they learn that?
A lot of it is just common sense, you know, and I guess, and you know, which, you know, is something that, you know, isn't so common, you know, most times. You know, the TV shows, you know, have shown, you know, most of the time it's really good quality art, you know, with LA Ink and Miami Ink and shows like that. They've always had, you know, good quality artists on the shows, so people have, you know, been able to see through the TV what is more possible, rather than, you know, like their dad's the old Navy tattoo, blurry blob of, you know, whatever it is, because you can't even tell what it is anymore. A lot of people, you know, still think that's what a tattoo looks like. But the TV shows have helped to educate people and, you know, let people know that real, you know, quality artwork is possible. But it's, you know, a lot of it, I think, just really boils down to, you know, people having enough sense to you know, really research and look into it a little bit more. With the internet, I mean, you could search, you know, 10,000, you know, tattoo artists and, you know, different shops and stuff everywhere, and look at their portfolios, and, you know, if you've got enough sense, you can tell the difference between, you know, your regular generic old so-so tattoo and really good quality artwork.
Yeah.
But, you know, people you know, should spend more time, you know, educating themselves on it.
And they should all subscribe to Skin and Ink, of course.
Absolutely. It's one of the best quality magazines out there.
But I'm sure I mean, that's a way to do it, because that's a way to learn. I think learn about the industry. I mean, that's what we try to do, is give people, so when they walk in, they know a little bit about history and what's going on, rather than walking in without knowing anything at all.
Yeah, I mean, so some of the tattoo magazines out there, you know, they do a good job, you know, talking about the history and different cultures and, you know, old world, you know, tattooing techniques and stuff like that. Not so much that people are gonna, you know, go out and seek out, you know, like, you know, a hand tap tattoo, although, you know, some of them will. But, you know, a lot of the magazines out there, they just feature just typical tattoos, and sometimes the quality isn't all that good. But, you know, some of the magazines like Skin and Ink are, you know, really on top of their game, and, you know, do a great job to educate people and have really good quality control and show people, you know, the type of work that really is possible.
Thank you.
You're welcome.